WKAR presents QuizBusters. Production of QuizBusters is made possible in part by Consumers Energy, building Michigan's future by supporting excellence in education. Consumers Energy counts on us. And by viewers like you. Today, the Eagles of Hartland take on the Quakers of Eastern. Now, here's the host of QuizBusters, Matt Ottinger.
Thank you. Welcome, everyone, to QuizBusters. Continuing on, game 23 of the 32 qualifying games that we'll play when you'll get a chance to see all 64 teams making up this year's tournament. We have a Green Division game for you this time, the larger schools that play QuizBusters with us. Beginning with the team that missed us last year, we're glad to have them back, the Eagles of Hartland High School. Let's meet them now. They are Kate Sherman, Katie Osdrus, the captain is Sarah Morava, and on the end we have Kyle Kreitz. Their alternates are Caitlin Teskey and Ashley Klinger, and their advisor is Kate Hagerman. And the Quakers are back with us from just down the road in Lansing. The Eastern Quakers, that team is Pat Quillen, Luke Luganbill, the captain Andy Christopherson, and Angela Meisner on the end. Their alternates, Josh Hill and Mike Province, and their advisors, Ryan Korpenning and Anthony Greenberg. And that's our cast of characters, and now we'll play our game. You all know how to do this. We wish you all the best of luck. Let's get right to it so we can play a lot of game here in the next half hour. The Quick 10 is how we start things off, 10 toss-up questions. The Quick 10 begins with question 1. Roman writer Silius Italicus wrote an epic poem about the second of what ancient series of wars between Rome and Carthage? Pat Eastern.
Peloponnesian?
Not the Peloponnesian Wars. No, Kate.
Punic Wars?
Punic Wars, the second Punic Wars. That's right for 10. Question 2. To avoid insolvency, the Ranevsky family sells the title fruit trees in what Anton Chekhov play? Sarah Hartland.
The Cherry Orchard.
The Cherry Orchard is right. I have it here in Russian, but we won't ask you to do that. Question 3. Piero Matteo di Amelia painted a starry sky on its ceiling, but Julius II commissioned Michelangelo to redo the Pat Eastern.
Sistine Chapel.
On the Sistine Chapel, that's right. Question 4. This 1913 novel is set near Hanover, Nebraska, and tells of Alexandra Bergson and her family farm. Name this work by Willa Cather. It's O Pioneers. Question 5. What Spanish princess, the youngest daughter of Ferdinand and Isabella, became the first wife of Henry? Kate Hartland.
Catherine of Aragon.
That's exactly right. Question 6. In a Robert Browning poem, what town is rid of both its vermin and its children? By the same Pied Piper. Sarah Hartland.
Hamlin.
Hamlin, the Pied Piper of Hamlin. That's right. Question 7. The Yucatan Channel separates Mexico from which large Caribbean nation whose capital is Havana? Pat Eastern.
Cuba.
Cuba, of course, Havana when you hear that. Question 8. Bariatrics is the study and treatment of which common medical condition currently diagnosed using BMI, or body mass index? Luke Eastern.
Obesity?
Obesity is the right answer. Well done. Question 9. What June 1775 Revolutionary War battle actually took place on Breed's Hill, just outside Angela Eastern?
The Battle of Bunker Hill.
Bunker Hill, just outside of Boston. That's right. Finally, question 10. What Olympian fathered Orion and Triton, held a grudge against Odysseus, carried a trident, and Pat Eastern?
Poseidon.
Poseidon is right. 10 points. That's our quiz. Well done, everybody. And 9 split, about as well as you can split 9. We missed one of those is all, and Eastern with the early 10-point lead. We have a 10-point toss-up question for everybody to get to those bonus categories. Players, here we go. This country's dry, hilly Khorat Plateau, K-H-O-R-A-T, Khorat Plateau, is isolated by the Fechabun Mountains. Most of its other land is fertile and flat, especially along the Strait of Malacca, M-A-L-A-C-C-A. Malaysia, Cambodia, Burma, and Laos border what nation whose capital is Bangkok? Andy Eastern.
Thailand.
Thailand is the capital, is the nation whose capital is Bangkok. Eastern with the bonus category. Give me the molecular, let me caution the audience, please. I'm hearing a little bit of talking. We want to be very, very quiet so the students can concentrate on their game. Eastern, your bonus category, give me the molecular formulas of these compounds. Andy, you'll give me answers for us when you confer. Methane is the first one.
CH4. CH4.
That's right. Next, formaldehyde.
I have no clue.
I need your answer.
M.
No, got CH2O is the answer for formaldehyde. You got the first one for 10. That brings you up to 70. And we're right back to a new toss-up. Everybody's back in for this. In a medieval poem by Robert de Boron, Joseph of Arimathea is commanded to build it and to leave a vacancy symbolizing Judas Iscariot. More familiarly, King Leodegrance gives it as a dowry when Guinevere is married. Name this piece of furniture found at Luke Eastern.
What is a table?
More, please.
What is a dining table?
No, I'm sorry, that's a wrong answer. Hartland, I'll finish it for you. Kyle doesn't need it anymore.
A round table?
The round table. Name this piece of furniture, the rest of that found at Camelot, specifically the round table. Hartland, your bonus category now. Sarah, you'll give me answers for your team. It typically consists of 3 lines and a total of 17 syllables. First, name this Japanese poetic form, not to be confused with senryu.
Haiku.
Haiku is right. Next, haiku traditionally includes a kigo, K-I-G-O, a word placing the poem into one of these 4 natural divisions.
Seasons.
Seasons is right. 10 points there. Often called the finest writer of Japanese haiku, this 17th century poet took his pseudonym for the plantain leaves on his hut. Name him.
Saki.
No, Basho is his name. But you got 20 on the category, and that brings you up to a tie game at 70. And we will break the tie with our first pop quiz. One-on-one action, each of you answering 3 questions against a single opponent. In the first half, players are dealing with I-N-D. All your answers are going to begin with the letters I-N-D. Kate from Hartland and Pat from Eastern will start things off for us. An alphabetical list of names, subjects, or titles. Kate.
Index.
Right. Next. To point out, show, Pat.
Indicate.
To indicate, that's right. Finally, the Republic, with a population of over 700 million and a capital city at New Delhi. Kate.
India.
India is the right answer. 10 points there. Katie now from Hartland and Luke from Eastern. Born, growing, or originating in a native land. Katie.
Indian.
Not Indian. No, Luke.
Indigenous.
Indigenous, such as a plant that has not been imported. Next. Needy or poor. Indigent is the word that I wanted. If you're playing along at home, indebted would also work. Final question. Free from the authority, control, or Luke?
Independent.
Or influence of others. Well done. Sarah from Hartland now, Andy from Eastern. In grammar, the 2-word name for the word or words designating the person or thing. Sarah.
Indirect object.
That's well done. To which something is given or for which something is done. Next. Compensation for a loss or injury sustained, usually paid to an insured party by an insurance company. Tough word there. Indemnity is what I wanted. Final question. Situated, used, or done within the confines of a building, rather than out. Sarah.
Indoors.
Indoors, rather than outside. That's right. Kyle now from Hartland and Angela from Eastern. A formal written statement accusing a person, Kyle.
Indictment.
Of a crime. Nice anticipation there. Next. The process in logic of drawing a general, Kyle.
Induction.
Induction, drawing a general conclusion from a number of known facts. Finally, the 2-word phrase for a period of warm, dry weather in late autumn. Angela.
Indian summer.
That's right. 10 points there. That's our quiz. You saw it. Everybody's playing very, very well. Back and forth the scores went. It's Hartland with a 20-point lead as we play for control of the audio bonus category. A new toss-up for all of you. In 1985, at age 27, he became the youngest congressman in his state's history, and 10 years later, the youngest governor in that state's history. But financial improprieties and other ethical lapses led to the June 2004 resignation of which governor of Connecticut? current event question that was a little too far back. John Rowland is his name. New toss-up players. He chaired the Equal Employment Opportunity Commission for 8 years before receiving his first judicial appointment in 1990. 1 year later, he was nominated to replace Thurgood Marshall on the Supreme Court. Name this only current African-American justice. Kyle Hartland.
Rehnquist.
Not Rehnquist. No. Eastern. Anybody? You cannot confer. Pat?
Thurman.
Clarence Thomas. Clarence Thomas is the answer. New toss-up. While acknowledging a supreme god, most of this religion's rituals focus on lesser deities called Loa, L-O-A. This mixture of West African tribal beliefs and Catholic ritual is followed mainly in Haiti. Luke, Eastern.
Santeria.
No, I'm sorry, that's a wrong answer. Hartland, I'll continue it for you, followed mainly in Haiti. Name this faith most famous in the U.S. for dolls used to harm one's enemies. Kyle.
Voodoo.
Voodoo dolls. That's what I wanted to hear. 10 points there. And now, Hartland, you have the audio bonus. You'll listen to the audio clue first, and then we'll have some answers, some questions for you. Hopefully, you'll be the ones that have answers. We have a very brief clip, so listen very carefully first to your audio clue.
And tonight, for the sake of our unity of the people and the strength of our democracy, I offer my concession.
First question, who spoke those words? Not Nixon. No, the concession was referenced just in the last few years, 2000. Al Gore. For the sake of the Union, he conceded the election. Al Gore, the right answer. No points on that one. We have a new toss-up for all players. He died penniless in 1910, even though his writings, begun in a federal prison, have never gone out of print. William Sidney Porter. Sarah Hartland.
O. Henry.
Nicely done. She knew the pseudonym was the pseudonym of the author of Ransom of Red Chief and Gift of the Magi and so forth. Hartland, your bonus category. Here's the setup. In a July 2004 poll, 75% of Americans disagreed with the notion that this type of service was a hardship to be dodged. First, what phrase describes this civic duty that allows defendants to be tried by their peers?
Trial by jury.
I need your answer.
Jury duty.
Jury duty is right. Next, this poll was conducted on behalf of what organization of lawyers?
I don't know.
Bar.
Bar.
I need more, please.
Judicial bar.
No, it's the American Bar Association, and that's the organization that I needed. Just the bar isn't quite enough for me on that, I'm sorry. But you got 10 on that category, brings you up to 160. A 50-point lead as we end the first half. I think that's about the largest lead either team has enjoyed, as it's been going back and forth rather heatedly. But right now we're going to take a break, and everybody can relax for a minute, hands off the buzzers, as we meet our players. Oh, you didn't really have to do that, but I see that little movement there. We get a chance to meet our players individually, find out something about each of them. Let's start with the Eagles, and Kate will put you on the hot seat. Welcome to the show. Tell us about yourself.
My name is Kate Sherman. I'm a senior at Hartland High School. I like to do stuff, and I hope to go to college next year.
That sounds very vague, but thank you, Kate, very much. Let's meet your teammates. Katie, welcome.
Hi, my name is Katie. I go to Hartland High School. I play the trumpet, and I intend to be a high school teacher sometime in the future, go to college and learn French.
Okay, very good, Katie. Thank you. The captain is Sarah.
Hi, I'm Sarah. I go to Hartland. I'm a senior. I love quiz bowl and bowling.
So bowls all the way around then. Very good, Sarah. Thank you. And finally, let's meet Kyle.
Hi, I'm Kyle. I'm the only junior on the varsity team this year, and I plan on going to college, but I have no idea what I'm going to major in.
You got an extra year to figure it out. They've all got to figure out sooner than that. Thanks very much, Kyle. That's Eagles of Hartland High School. Let's give them a hand. And now the Quakers from Lansing Eastern High School, beginning with Pat.
My name is Patrick Quillen. I'm in the graduating class of 2005. I plan to either attend university at Franciscan University of Steubenville or St. Thomas University in Minnesota. I've done a multitude of different activities in high school, and I'm looking to either become an English teacher or become a priest.
Okay, very good, Pat. Good luck to you. Luke is next. Welcome.
My name is Luke, as you know. I go to Lansing Eastern, and I'd like to give a shout out to Bufanda, Burfuqua, and my homeboy Nate Dogg.
All right, very good, Luke. All right, let's meet the captain, Andy.
I'm Andy Christopherson. I'm involved in activities such as cross-country, baseball, and academic decathlon.
All right, very good, Andy. Finally, Angela.
Hi, I'm Angie. I'm a senior at Eastern. I'm also in academic decathlon. I play piano, and I want to say hi to everyone in my youth group.
All right, terrific. That's the Quakers of Lansing Eastern. Make them feel welcome. And some more game yet to play. Good game so far. Lots of points on the board. Next time, we've got a lot more to do here. We've got a pop quiz halfway through. The lightning round will end. Our game, you're playing for control of the video bonus category. And to get to that, you answer one of my toss-up questions. Here comes one now. Good luck to all of you. Second half starts now. The brood form is practiced by the cuckoo, which leaves its eggs for other birds to raise. The social form is practiced by ants that get other ant species to take care of them. Name this form of symbiosis in which one organism benefits at another's expense. Pat, Eastern.
Parasitism?
Parasitism is exactly the word, and I was going to give you some leeway there, too. Well done. Eastern, bonus category for you is the video bonus. You'll take a look at the video question first, and we'll have some questions for you if you get that one right. Of course, we got two more in the category for you. Anna Chelenza from the MSU School of Music has your question. Listen carefully.
Who composed a musical offering, Jesu Joy of Man's Desiring, and the Art of the Fugue?
Mozart?
No, it's not Mozart, it's Bach. Johann Sebastian Bach. No points on that one. You'll stay at 120. 40-point lead for Hartland. New toss-up for all players. In Leipzig, this man founded a conservatory where he taught with Robert Schumann. His travels in Europe inspired both his Italian and Scottish symphonies and his Hebrides Overture, also called Fingal's Cave. Name this German composer of A Midsummer Night's Dream. Pat, Eastern.
Rachmaninoff?
Not Rachmaninoff. No, Hartland, Sarah.
Mendelssohn?
Mendelssohn is right. Well done. Felix Mendelssohn is the right answer. Hartland has control. Name the nation that owns the following islands. First, Tasmania.
Australia?
Right. Next, Mindanao. M-I-N-D-A-N-A-O. Mindanao.
Indonesia?
Not Indonesia. Mindanao is one of the islands of the Philippines. 10 points on your bonus, 180 total. New toss-up, all players. This 1982 American League Rookie of the Year spent 21 seasons with the Orioles. Mostly Andy, Eastern.
Cal Ripken Jr.
Cal Ripken Jr. Very well done. Some of your teammates wish they had been a second ahead of you. You got that one along with a lot of your teammates on that. Eastern bonus category. Name the assassin of these historic figures. First, Julius Caesar, and either of the two leading conspirators is acceptable.
Brutus.
Brutus is one of them. Cassius the other, of course. Next, Martin Luther King Jr. I need your answer.
Lee Oswald.
No, and of course that is Kennedy. James Earl Ray for Martin Luther King Jr. So you got 10 on your category, narrowing the gap to 40 points as we play our second pop quiz. One-on-one action once again, players. Each of you answering 3 questions with the letters S-U-R. All correct answers begin with S-U-R. Kate from Hartland, Pat from Eastern will start things off for us. To give up to something or someone. Pat.
Surrender.
Right. Next. Someone who substitutes for another, such as a woman who... Pat.
Surrogate.
Bears a child for another woman. That's right. Finally. To continue to live or exist. Kate.
Survive.
To survive, especially in spite of a harmful experience. Katie now from Hartland and Luke from Eastern. To encircle. Katie. Surround, just on the buzzer there, that's right. Next, a republic formerly known as Dutch Guyana. Luke.
Suriname.
Suriname is right, in northeast South America. Finally, the emotion or reaction caused by... Katie?
Right.
Nice anticipation. Contact with something completely unexpected. Sarah now from Hartland, Andy from Eastern. The two-dimensional boundary of a material body that has little or constant curvature. Andy.
Surface.
The surface, like a desktop or a sphere. Next, a movement in art and literature characterized by... Sarah.
Surrealism?
That's exactly right. Liberating the creative act from normal routine. Finally, to measure the extent and contours of a land. Or, Sarah?
Survey?
To survey or to gauge the opinion of the public by polling. Kyle from Hartland now, Angela from Eastern. The foam of waves breaking on the shore. Kyle.
Sir.
Or to ride one of those waves on a board. That's right. Next. A late 19th century four-wheeled, two-seated carriage. Sometimes, Kyle.
Surrey.
With a fringe on top. Surrey is right for 10 points. And finally, a medical practitioner who operates, Angela.
Surgeon.
A surgeon. That's right for 10. What a well-played pop quiz once again from our players. Hartland has opened up a 60-point lead. There's still time to get to some toss-ups and, more importantly, some bonuses before we get to the lightning round. New toss-up for all players. Even at absolute zero, the electrons in an atom cannot be at rest. If they didn't move, they would violate what principle, named for a German scientist, that it is impossible to simultaneously determine a particle's exact position? Kyle Hartland.
No.
Don't say it, Kyle. Don't say anything. Eastern, I'll finish that. Andy's ready.
Hindenburg?
No, it's the Heisenberg uncertainty principle. Sorry about that. New toss-up players. This former capital city of the U.S. proudly proclaims that what it makes... Andy, Eastern.
Philadelphia?
I'm sorry, that's wrong. Hartland, you cannot confer on the toss-up question. This former capital city of the U.S. proudly proclaims that what it makes, quote, the world takes. Former residents of its governor's office include Brendan Byrne, Thomas Kane, and Christine Todd Whitman. Name this capital of New Jersey. Sarah.
Trenton.
Trenton is the capital of New Jersey. Of course, that's right for 10 points. Your bonus category, Hartland. The title character is a physician whose arch rival is the political schemer Viktor Komarovsky. First, name this novel set during the Russian Revolution, published internationally in 1958, but not in Russia until 30 years later.
Dr. Zhivago.
Right. Faced with an intense Soviet propaganda campaign, this author of Dr. Zhivago refused the Nobel Prize.
Pasternak.
Right. This is the first name of Zhivago's beloved, whose famous theme by Maurice Jarre was so memorable in the 1965 movie version.
Joe.
No, Laura. Laura's theme, Larissa. 20 points, though, on the bonus brings you up to 280. We have time for new toss-up, everybody. The Scioto, S-C-I-O-T-O, the Scioto, Miami, and Wabash are among its tributaries. It flows from Pittsburgh, where it helped give Three Rivers Stadium its name, to Cairo, Illinois, where it... Andy, Eastern.
The Ohio River?
The Ohio River is right. 10 points. Eastern, you are in control. And now, name these historic capitals of Morocco. First, this city has served as the capital of Morocco since it gained independence in 1956.
Casablanca?
No, Casablanca is a famous city in Morocco, but the capital is Rabat, R-A-B-A-T, Rabat. No points there. New toss-up players. This granite slab discovered by Pierre Bouchard during Napoleon's Egyptian... Kyle Hartland.
Rosetta Stone.
Rosetta Stone is right. Nice anticipation. Bonus category for Hartland is... It was intended as a criticism of the communist witch hunts under Joseph McCarthy. First, name this 1953 play by Arthur Miller.
The Crucible.
Right. Next, The Crucible is set in this city.
Salem.
Salem is right for 10. Finally, this woman is accused of witchcraft by Abigail Williams, who has designs on her husband, John. I need your answer.
Elizabeth.
That's all I need. It's good for 20 points and a sweep of the category. Very good. Elizabeth Proctor, accept either. It says on my card. Elizabeth was all I needed. Congratulations on that. A sweep of the category, and that's going to make a big difference. We have a lot to do in the last 60 seconds, and it could happen for Eastern, but they'd have to get an awfully good run here. 10 points when the players are right. The rules change now. You lose 10 when you're wrong. Keep that in mind. The 60-second timer is set. The lightning round begins now. What famous duo wrote The Mikado? Kate.
Gilbert and Sullivan.
Right. Who wrote The Last of the Mohicans? Pat.
James Fenimore Cooper.
Right. What purple quartz is the birthstone for February? Kyle.
Amethyst.
Right. In what California city would you find Nob Hill, Lombard Street, and the Transamerica Pyramid? Pat.
Sacramento.
Wrong. What was the name of Paul Bunyan's blue ox? Kate.
Cade.
Right. What do we call a word formed by the first letters or syllables of other words? Pat.
Prefix.
Wrong. What is? Clear that next question. What was the last year of World War I? Pat.
1917.
Wrong. A Google is a 1 followed by how many zeros? Andy.
100.
Right. What is the 5-letter name given to the religious leader of a Jewish community? Pat.
Rabbi.
Right. By what noble nickname was jazz pianist and bandleader William Basie known? Katie.
Count Basie.
Right. What is the largest and most populous city in Africa? Luke.
Johannesburg.
Wrong. Time is up, and Hartland, congratulations. You're our winners today. A lot of tricky ones in the lightning round. San Francisco is where you'd find all those places I mentioned. An acronym is a word formed from the first letters of other words. 1918 was the last year of World War I, and Cairo is the largest and most populous city in Africa. Scores sort of took a separation there. 3/4 of the way through this game, Quakers, you were doing fantastic. They pulled away at the end, but you still did a great job. I'm sorry it didn't work out better for you. Hope you had a good time and good luck in your future competitions. Hartland, against a really solid team, you got almost up to 400 points. A very impressive achievement with a lot of points late in the game. That'll help you in your seeding a lot. So congratulations to you. We'll have an opponent for you in the second round in just a few weeks. We're going back to White Division action next time on QuizBusters when the Leslie Blackhawks face off against the Comets of Hanover Horton. Thank you for watching. For all of us on QuizBusters, I'm Matt Ottinger. Enjoy.
Production of QuizBusters is made possible in part by Consumers Energy, building Michigan's future by supporting excellence in education. Consumers Energy, count on us. And by viewers like you. Book Scholarship Awards for QuizBusters are provided by FBS, the student bookstore, located at 421 East Grand River Avenue in East Lansing. For more information about QuizBusters or any of WKAR's locally produced series or specials, visit our website at WKAR.org.